Very similar to this. It was curiosity viewers,
right,
seeing the first time a woman debate on the national stage for one of the top 2 slots. How does it become a game changer tonight where this momentum that Obama has gets stopped?
Yeah, well, Chuck, you talk about the curiosity, and someone told me that people are going to tune in tonight for the same reason they watch NASCAR, waiting for the crash, waiting for either Governor Palin.
And I think it's 2 crashes. I mean, that's right. It's not one car that everybody's watching. They are watching both cars.
Absolutely, because Senator Biden is known for saying gaffes and very odd things, and Governor Palin has said things that sound very vague or unconvincing to people. So, yeah, there's 2 big dangers here, and that's why the Palin camp is hoping that this will be the chance for people to see her again the way they did a month ago. So strong, so surprising, right? We were all at the convention. People couldn't believe the home run there, and they want to relive some of that. One thing they warn us about, though, is she's not running to be president of the Council on Foreign Relations or to be a correspondent for NBC. None of us are her targets, right? She's trying to reach the hardworking moms here in Missouri, in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, and they see little different things in her answers than we do.
We saw this in the last debate. I think in the last debate you wrote, Roger, John McCain basically cleaned Obama's clock. Not that Obama was bad. You just thought John McCain did very well. A lot of people did. Thought, if you were scoring this at home,
right,
John McCain won the debate. Perception-wise, though, the public believes Obama won that debate. So you can be scored 2 different ways.
You can be scored 2 different ways, and there's a real question on whether debates are game changers in how people actually cast their votes. There's little evidence that actually happens, but it is one of those things that forms an impression, and it is a huge audience compared to the other audiences they got when they announced for president in the case of the top of the ticket, or when the vice presidential nominee did their acceptance speeches. And this format is also a little better for Sarah Palin than her TV interviews.
Why is that? Because I think the format might favor Biden.
It's not. I'm not thinking in terms of Palin versus Biden. I'm thinking in terms of Palin versus Palin.
Okay.
Where she got in trouble with Katie Couric was not on the initial question. Sarah Palin knows how to deal with the initial question in sort of broad brushstrokes. I can see Russia from my attic type things. But where she got in trouble is when Katie Couric said, well, what does that really mean? Or give me another example of a Supreme Court case. And there is so much going on in a debate. I've talked to past moderators. The moderator has so many topics to cover, has to keep in mind that both candidates get approximately the same amount of time.
Right.
It is very, very difficult for a moderator to inject a lot of follow-up questions.
You don't expect many follow-ups tonight to be very Jim Lehrer-like from Gwen Ifill.
Right, and we know that she's going to be tough on them. She's going to ask them. She's going to be making sure there's going to be no mulligan, no handicap for.
But with the short answers, the likelihood for follow-ups might be greater. I mean, Jim Lehrer's goal was to get them to engage each other.
Whatever the format is, the moderator, as you guys know better than I, has a lot of freedom. And I think that we can expect to see Gwen Ifill really showing off who these people are, giving them the chance to show their best, and also not letting them off the hook if they're really falling into something.
And what's the more important thing tonight for Sarah Palin? For her to become a credible member of the national ticket, or for her to be able to credibly argue why McCain and Palin are better for the economy right now?
Well, I think she's going to have a hard time with the latter, so she better hope it's the first. I think she has to be a credible member of the ticket who is likable. She's talking about Joe Sixpack. She's talking about being an ordinary human being. She is saying, look, I'm not a debate machine. I'm not here to answer gotcha questions. I just have to be an ordinary person who understands ordinary Americans and the problems they're facing.
She can look like a winner if she can come out and be scored as a winner. She have huge momentum. It's like a football team going out ahead after halftime. This team needs confidence both at the top of the ticket, and with her, this debate could give them that.
And the good news is the Cubs-Dodgers game starts a half hour in. It'll still be going after the debate.
We know what Chuck will be watching.
Exactly. Roger Simon, Mike Allen, thanks for being here. Thanks for just participating in live television. Why not show a little behind the scenes?
Hey, we love it.
On the air at the same time.
Good luck tonight.
Watch MSNBC for wall-to-wall coverage of the vice presidential debate. The pregame coverage begins at 5. They're tailgating out of here right now. The debate begins at 9 Eastern. And stay tuned for analysis on your place for politics, MSNBC.